So this is going to be a documentary of, or like a little diary of things that happened in my life where I feel like it molded me to being who I am now. Um, Kind of how I view people, how I view the world, how just everything and all. And it might help somebody that has went through a similar situation like me or is going through a similar situation. So this is what it's pretty much going to be about. It's not going to be in order. It's kind of gonna be all over the place. It's not gonna be from like when I'm a baby until now. No, it's kind of gonna be like maybe it happened in 2000, maybe it happened now, maybe it happened in 2018. It's gonna be all over the place. Okay, just saying. So this situation happened around that I'm going to be talking about today happened around like 2017, 2018, but I do have to go back a couple of years so you can understand where my relationship was with this individual that that I am going to be talking about. That the incident happened in 2018. So I came here to Florida from New York, and I met my friend that I'm currently still friends with in high school here, and she invited me to like a youth program that was being ran by two people, which I feel like this is just my viewpoint that in the beginning they probably, when they first started this program, they probably had the same vision on what they wanted, but I think as time went on, their vision started slowly becoming kind of different from one another. That's just my opinion. Then you had the people that volunteered at the program for them, and a lot of them were white people. Um, and then you had the one or two Hispanic whites, which I'm going to just put them in the category with the white people. Um, yeah, and then you had the one or two people that were black that volunteered, but they weren't really consistent in volunteering in the program. Um, they could have been on the sidelines in the background and we didn't know that they were helping. I don't know, but to me, majority of the people that were showing their faces, showing up, participating, making sure that the youth had somebody to talk to, somebody to lean on, was majority the white people. No fact. So, and majority of the children that came to this youth program was black children that weren't in the best situation probably in their household. And then you had maybe one or two black children that were either mixed or fully black that were in better situations. And then you had one or two children that were white or Hispanic that came to the program that were kind of in the middle of being in not such in a good situation at home, and then had nothing wrong with their household. They just came there just to come there. So that was pretty much what the masses of people that were there. So me and my friend met this one person that was there, and she was the most sweetest person ever. She loved everybody. She had a different connection with everybody, but she grew a very close connection with me and my friend than the other individuals, that the other youth that was there. And I want to highlight the amazing parts before I get into what happened in 2017, 2018. This lady was like family to me. She was more family to me than my own family. Like, she did more than my own family would do for me in that short period of time frame. You know, she did more for me than my family did for me in that short period of time frame. She made me feel safe. She made sure I was okay. She made sure if I didn't have something, she made sure that she provided it. And this was not her job, you guys. This was not her job, you know. But she was a very big part in my life at that time while I was in high school. So kudos to her. And I would say that I was already that type of person, but I think that meeting her made me more that type of person where, you know, where I helped out people and I saw the better in people and etc. etc. So I would give her my all, you know. So when this situation happened in 2017, 2018, it really hurt my heart because I did not see it coming. Like, it kind of blindsided me, to be honest, because I did not would ever think that, you know, me and her would be in that situation with each other. I thought of her like a mother, like a grandmother, you know, just amazing. So this was, if anybody that lived in Florida, this was a time frame when a really bad hurricane was supposed to hit Florida. And the news people made it seem so bad, like so bad, that you had to leave Florida. Like, if you can drive outside of Florida, if you can take a flight somewhere to another state or another area in Florida that it's not going to hit, like, they were making it seem that bad, okay? And this was my first storm, you know, in Florida. So I didn't really know what to think about it. And at the time I was pregnant with my first son. So I was just like, okay. And also at the time I wasn't in a bad situation with their father, but I wasn't in the best situation with their father because we had issues going on in our relationship at the time that, you know, he offered me to, you know, stay at his house during the storm. And I said, you know, if I don't have anything figured out or whatever, then yes, you would be an option or whatever. But I had several options besides his option. And so that was that. So this lady has, I believe, 2 daughters and a son. I can't remember, but I know it was 2 daughters. I think it was just 2 daughters. I don't think she had a son. I think it was just 2 daughters. I can't remember. And I loved her kids, you know, and one of her kids, me and my friend was really close to, you know, because we would see her all the time. She would come to the organization all the time. And she called me up one day and she's like, because she knew I was pregnant, and she asked me, do I have any, what's my plans for the storm? And I said, I don't really know yet. You know, I have different options, you know, and I never been through a storm. I told her, so I don't really know if it's something that I need to leave or stay or whatever. And I asked her what she was doing, and she said she doesn't really know that her mother wants her and the family to come to her house and, you know, ride out the storm together. But she felt that, you know, she wanted to stay in her own household, which that is completely understandable, you know, because it's kind of how I felt. Like, I didn't want to intrude or be in anybody's household. I kind of want to just be in my own space. So that's how her daughter felt. And I told her daughter, I was like, well, you know, if your mom thinks that is the best for you guys all to be together, you know, you should hear her out, you know. And I said, you know, at the end of the day, my video is going to cut, so I'm gonna have to do part 2 on this. So yes,